Greetings, Divine Radiance. How are you? Welcome to your Wednesday Live Empower Hour with me, Nahkila Isha of Ashford Scott Life Sculpting. I am a divine interpreter, interpreting messages and methods from the divine to empower you to create and live an abundant life. So, most of you that have been joining know that I typically go live both on YouTube and Facebook. But today, YouTube is having streaming difficulties and we are not able to be live over there. I'm going to just check one more time. Yeah, it says webcam streaming is currently unavailable. So this is the beauty of us going live in both places. Hi, Brakita, welcome. And again, you are the first person on, so I am going to pull a card for you. So someone else just joined. Welcome. Oh, thank you. You know, I literally, today is my son's 22nd birthday, and I was on the phone with him and giving him some feedback about his music. And so I was like, okay, what can I wear today that does not have to be ironed? And this material is like wash and go. So, hey, Tawana, thank you for joining. Welcome. Welcome. So, Brakita, your card that you got is revision. So let me just see what the message is for you there. I just heard it's time for you to revise your game plan, reroute, do over. You have the basics, but it's time to take it to the next level. And I just heard there's so much greatness in your thumb, and it's coming through like there's so much greatness that you have to offer, so much greatness that's in store for you. Like it's even greatness just in your thumb, you know, like that small part of you exudes greatness. And I just heard in order for you to really step up, you have to prioritize and organize. Organizing is key. I'm hearing like you're good, but then sometimes you just kind of fall off with the organizing. Not to the degree of not allowing yourself to be led. There's like a beautiful blend of being able to be organized, but still being in flow with spirit. You're on your way and you will make it happen. So just keep the revision in mind. You have the tools and the foundation. Now it's time to kick it up a notch. And you're ready. Is there anything else? Okay, thank you. I heard, nope, that's it. So Brakita, that was your personal message. So let's see who else. Hey, Naya. Hi, Lo. Welcome, you guys. Welcome. So those of you that usually, hi, Dynell. Those of you, hi, Daryl. Welcome. Hi, Cortez. Thank you guys for joining. Those of you that usually join over on YouTube, YouTube is having streaming difficulties today. So we're only live here, but this is literally the beauty of going live both places. When one's down, we always have the other one as a backup. So while we wait for people to join, let's go ahead and start with our breathing. And those of you that really enjoy our Empower Hours, please feel encouraged to invite your Facebook community to join the group. And then when we're going live, you can literally send them an invite to join us there, okay? So let's just go ahead and start with our breathing. And as always, we're going to inhale through our nose, exhale out of our mouths. And when we're inhaling, we're just visualizing our body being filled with that love and light of the divine. And when we're exhaling, we're releasing all that no longer serves us. Now, if you have something specific that you're choosing to release, you can focus on that as you're exhaling. And if you just like to keep it general and literally release all that no longer serves you, you can make that your focus. And as we are breathing, I will be sending you Reiki, okay? So we're just going to go ahead and start with the inhale through our nose. And exhale. Again, inhale love and light. And exhale all that's no longer serving you. And as you continue to breathe, I call on highest light guides, angels, ancestors, healers, teachers, wise ones, ascended masters, and guardians. I thank you for this gift to serve. I thank you for these beautiful souls that are here. And I ask that you open their hearts and their minds so that they can receive whatever message is meant for them to help serve them on their journey. I thank you, and so it is. And so let's just breathe a few more times. Inhale through your nose. And exhale. Again. And release. Last one. Inhale, love and light. And release. Okay. I love when we do that. It just puts me in this calm state. So how is everyone feeling? Oh, thank you. It's actually my son's birthday. The comment that Rakita left was my oldest son. Today is his 22nd birthday. So she was saying that she liked what I was wearing. And I said I was on the phone with him. So I grabbed something that didn't have to be ironed. But thank you. Thank you. I'll let him know that you guys are sending him birthday wishes. Welcome, Joy. Thank you for joining. Hi, Demetria. Welcome. Hi, Victoria. Welcome. Welcome. So how is everyone feeling? How's everyone feeling? I have something to share with you while I'm waiting for your comments to come in. So you all saw where I took the class for the Reiki Master Teacher training. And this weekend, I got my certification. So I'm really, really excited about that, really grateful and super honored. And thought I'd share. It's a big thing because I never thought that I would take Reiki, let alone become a teacher. And so it's just one of those things that spirit guides you along your path. And when you're guided, you say yes, and as you say yes to one step, spirit reveals the next, and you just keep saying yes. And next thing you know, you're full-fledged into your purpose, and it just never stops. Spirit continues to reveal what you're here to do. So the key is saying yes, saying yes. So I'm going to start with pulling cards for us collectively as a group. Okay, take them both. I'm going to pull one from this other deck as well. Okay, one more. Oh, wow. Is that it? Okay. Okay, so let's see if you guys have said anything. Victoria said, my youngest son's 29th birthday today. Oh, wow. Happy birthday to your son, too. Prakita said, I'm doing phenomenal. Good, good. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Prakita. Thank you, Naya. Lo said, I'm doing good on a lunch break. And Joy said, tired for some reason, but determined to press forward. And Joy, I'm hearing solar plexus. Spend some time on your solar plexus and see if that helps with the tiredness. Solar plexus and root. So the first card we got today is revolution. Revolution. And let's see what the message is for the revolution card. I just heard it's time for you all to take what you've learned and put it into action. Oftentimes you're waiting for that perfect, whether it's your healing, whether it's your calling, whether it's changing your lifestyle, whatever it is, you're being called to move forward in action now. You can sit around and wait, but no time will ever feel like the right time. That's why when it's placed on your heart or in your soul, it's important to move. And with every step, the next step will be revealed. No more waiting, no more procrastinating. It's time for you to be in action. It's time for you to answer the calling. And it's time for you to know your value, your worth, and your capabilities. You are chosen. No matter how big or small it may feel to you, it all has a vital place in this shifting of humanity. If there's any doubts that you're feeling, turn them over to your angels, your guardians, and allow them to be transmuted. When you're feeling nervous, change that to excitement. It's literally the same emotion. It's just about how you're processing it. There's nothing you cannot do when you actually set out to do it and say yes to yourself. Nothing will happen if you push forward by way of negative results. But what you stand to gain is phenomenal. So the time is now. You know what this message means to you. But just know, no more stopping, no more waiting, no more procrastinating. And for whatever reason, as I'm saying this, Victoria, I just keep hearing your name. This message is for everyone, but I'm hearing Victoria. So that would lead me to believe that there's something like specific going on with you, that maybe this has come up where you've kind of been waiting. So let me know what that's all about. Okay, and the next card is preservation. There's a few more people that joined. Thank you for joining. Hi, Dynelle. Dynelle said, I'm working on leaning into spirit and listening to the inner voice. You inspire me. Thank you so much. It's such an honor. And you inspire me too. I have to say, Dynelle and I took the class together, Victoria also, and we had some study time the day before we were, getting certified. So really appreciate that. It was Dynelle, Levon, and Debbie and I. And so thank you. Thank you for that. Because at first, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to share this with you all. When I do this healing work, a lot of the work I do is online. We use Zoom and it's, face-to-face that way. But when I do energy healing or work like that in person, I don't do traditional Reiki. I just allow spirit to guide me, and it's more of a casting out. And so for me, that whole testing thing, and I just am kind of like, so I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready. And my mentor, Donna, just kind of laughed at me, and we had the steady time. And then I'm like, I'm ready. I told spirit, just bring it forward, so it was pretty cool, this whole experience. Naya said, I feel trapped, sad, and hopeless with the situation. Other than that, I feel great. Trapped, sad, and hopeless. Naya, it's really, really important for you to tap into what is making you feel trapped and tap into how you can untrap yourself. Because it sounds so simple, so cliche, that we are in control and that we're able to, just like we put ourselves in situations, whether it's consciously knowing or unconsciously, we have the ability to change the situation and take ourselves out of situations. So do some self-evaluating. Allow yourself to feel the emotions of sadness and hopelessness. Give yourself 24 hours. And then after that, connect with spirit and go into, okay, now what? I just heard financially things will get better. And now it's time for you to honor and perfect your gift. Focus on the service. Focus on how can I serve? How can I improve myself? And that'll help to remove some of that sadness and that hopelessness. Even the feeling trapped, we talk about the gratitude when we start our day with gratitude, how there's no room for the low low vibrating feelings, but we are human and it happens to the best of us. We go through those periods. You know, I shared how I felt like I had hit an energetic wall, and it was just like, oh my goodness, what's going on here? So for me personally, that's when I kind of step away from everyone and everything, and I just really go deep with spirit. You know, I mean, deep with prayer, deep with meditating. I do tons of salt baths, more than usual. I'm literally having conversations. I'm breaking out my cards, you know. So whatever connecting to spirit on that deeper level is for you, now it's time for you to do it. And also I'm hearing faith, having more faith. You know, at times you can feel trapped because you don't see the way out, right? And so when you don't see the way out, you doubt that there's a way out. When you can have that faith, you don't have to see the way out. You just know there's a way out, you know, and you can literally close your eyes and put your hand out and say, guide me. It's really about getting stronger in your faith. Victoria said, perfect timing. Hi, Kenyatta. Welcome. Hi, Patrice. Hi, Chris. Lo said, I'm accepting the change. My angels had me nervous last night going to sleep. I heard footsteps coming closer to me. Lo said, I am protected. I am loved. I am worth it. Yes, yes. And, you know, one of the things that really helps me is I'm always, you know, whatever is not of highest light and love, may it return to sender or wherever it's meant to go for cleansing. And when I first accepted this calling, I made it clear that I was only open to receiving high vibrational energies or entities that are of highest light and love. So if you have not done that, do that. So then when you have things like the footsteps coming, you know, it's a highest light and love guardian, angel, ancestor, you know, guardian, whatever, you know that you're safe. And don't just do it one time. It's something that has to be done continuously every day. You know, I protect in the morning, I smudge and protect. I do the same thing at night. You know, at night, I don't use the smoke, the burning sage. I spray myself and then do my auric field and I spray my bed and, you know, and then I'm good to go. So I would definitely say, make sure you're doing that twice a day. Victoria said, I'm putting the finishing touches on my pet care business client database. Good, good. Yeah, I felt it had something to do with business, you know, something to do with business. And I'm hearing right now, stop doubting yourself. Even as you're going through the motions, stop doubting. I'm hearing you're going through the motions, but there's still doubt. So the way, again, you combat that, it's like my grandmother used to say, you know, when I had a surgery and she was still living, she was like, you want to get ahead of the pain, you know, and doctors sometimes say that too. You want to get ahead of the pain, right? So when you are starting your day with gratitude, and your gratitude prayer can be as simple as, what are your goals for your pet care business? You know, I am so grateful for, and then stating those goals. So if you're doing that every day when you start your day, you're now vibrating at that frequency to attract what you just spoke of, you know? So do that. Don't allow doubt to creep in, because I'm feeling like there's still doubt, and it's coming through like, will the clients come? Will this produce the income required? You know, doubts like that, where it's like, okay, I'm doing this, but I'm not 100% convinced yet. You know, like, okay, I got to do this, this, and this, so this can happen. And what Spirit is saying is just to go into it with that gratitude. Like, I am so grateful, you know, that I'm going to share with you something that Spirit just said to me. Spirit said, you are now a magnet to the clients that you're called to serve. Those you're called to serve, you're a magnet. And so literally every day I say, I'm so grateful to be a magnet to those I'm called to serve, you know? So say that, you know, I'm a magnet, and whatever it is that you're choosing to attract, and this is for everyone, be that magnet, show gratitude for it as if it already is happening. And even when it happens, continue to show that gratitude. Naya said, okay, thank you. I will do it tonight. You're so welcome. Victoria said, also writing, channeled writing, and fine-tuning my Pillar of Light Soul Woman Circle. Awesome. Opening to marketing guidance, all spirit-led, so incredibly amazing. It is definitely amazing when it's spirit-led. And thumbs up to you too, Chris. Thank you for being here. Lo said, okay, yeah, I do it one time. I'll definitely do it twice. Thank you. You're so welcome. Hey, Alatha, welcome. Hi, Quita, welcome. Now, for me, the reason why I do it in the morning is, I'm setting the tone for my day. But I do it in the evening as well because we're really vulnerable when we're in that sleep state. So for me, making sure I'm protected before I go to bed, it just allows me to rest better. And it allows me to know that whatever I'm experiencing, whether I'm traveling or doing whatever, that I'm protected. I'm being held up in highest light and love. So really, really important. And we have another Chris on. Welcome. And welcome, Nina. Thank you for joining. So I am going to see what the message is for this card. Okay, thank you. I just heard it's time for you to preserve who you once were before you came here. Who were you before you entered this human form? Who were you before you were taught by parents, teachers, society? Who are you on a soul level? It's time for you to really dig deep and uncover and remember who you are. And it's really about constant action. I've had people say, like, you're so connected, or you're so this, or you're so that. And I believe Nikki and I were having a conversation, and maybe Javi. I think I may have had the conversation with both. And it dawned on me, I really put a lot of effort and energy into my spirituality. Now, with that being said, it's second nature. So it doesn't feel like a chore or work. It feels good. It fulfills me. But when I stop to think about it, I put in a lot of energy. Like, it's just an everyday part of my life. And it's like all throughout my day, So what Spirit is prompting you to do is really take more time to explore not just your spirituality, but who you are as a spiritual being. And you guys are going to hear me say this until my face turns the color of this dress. Meditation is key. Meditation is key. Our breath is sacred. This is how we connect to the divine. It's through our breath. So if you are not meditating, start. If you are and you're feeling like you're up against a energetic wall, meditate more. Start. If you're just starting, at least 5 to 10 minutes a day. This will help you begin to receive guidance. It will begin to help you see the path clearly. It's also about self-reflecting and self-evaluating, not evaluating in a way where I woulda, coulda, shoulda, but in a way of, okay, I did that well. Oh, okay, I can improve here. Spirit, show me the path of improvement. I'm also hearing inner child healing. Inner child healing, getting in touch with your inner child. For some of you are aware how vital the role the inner child plays, and some of you not so much. And in reality, your unconscious mind is your inner child. So whatever your inner child experienced by way of trauma, you're vibrating at that frequency. So you may put in the action steps to advance or to do better, but until you heal at that level, that unconscious level, you're going to always find yourself taking 10 steps forward and 3 steps back. And it's important for you to honor and acknowledge your inner child. Don't be afraid to play and be silly, Like, there's times where I skip up and down the street. I mean, my inner child is like, that's my best friend. Little Nahkila and I, we got a real good relationship, Like, she's goofy and silly and no holds barred. She's just her. And I allow her to come out. And so you're being prompted to do the same, Figuring out the things that bring you joy from that place of innocence. I'm also hearing not worrying about or fearing judgment. Not worrying about or fearing judgment. It's so important you allow yourself to be you. And everything ties back to service. Everything ties back to service. So your vibrational frequency, it's like a thumbprint, you know, it's yours and yours alone. And there are certain people that you are called to serve. And if you're not vibrating at your authentic frequency, then they can't connect to that. So you're being called to just allow yourself to be you, you know, accepting yourself from every aspect, every angle, the things that people tell you aren't good, the things that people tell you are, it doesn't really matter as long as here you feel it. You know, as long as you feel it here, connect to yourself, connect to your soul, and connect to spirit, and allow yourself to shine as the spiritual being that you are. I see what you guys are saying. Hi, Dee Dee, welcome. Yes, so usually I'm live both here on Facebook and YouTube, but YouTube was having technical difficulties, so I'm here 100% today. Victoria said, who are you still? Such an incredibly amazing process. Yes, Naya said, you are so connected, it's cool to see. Victoria said, for some reason, it hit me today that our highest self is still connected, a part of the human spirit in this time and space. Hey, Ray, thank you for joining. So yes, that had a conversation with someone about that yesterday, how, you know, she was posing the question of where do I begin and end, and where does spirit begin and end? And the thing is, we're one and the same, right? My cousin and I, we had a conversation last year, and, you know, growing up, I just thought, I'm smart, you know, like I know stuff, and, you know, I'm just kind of smart, right? No, negative. Wasn't that I was smart. It's just that I was connected and had no idea, you know? So when we are that person that maybe people come to for advice, or we can just read situations and people, it's not so much that we're just so smart, it's we're connected. And we're all connected. We're all connected. It's just the levels and the degrees vary. But the more we get in touch with ourselves on a soul level, the more we meditate, the more we exercise that free will to allow spirit to guide us, the stronger it becomes, the more connected we become. Ray said, oh, wow, just so happened to pull Facebook up for something, and voila, I get to catch this, which means I must be about to get a message, especially for my Heine post. What is a Heine post? Or are you using a cute term for Heine? Am I just slow? Hi, Phoenix, welcome. King Otis said, I'm so grateful for this message. Thank you so much for being here and allowing me to deliver it. Hi, Molly, welcome. Oh, hind parts. Okay. Ray said hind parts. Okay, I'm like, wait a minute. I figured you were using a word for Heine. I just, you know, had to make sure because I'm a little slow sometimes. So the next card is brilliance. Brilliance. I just heard you are also very brilliant. Just stop cloaking it with trauma. Stop cloaking it with falsehood. Stop cloaking it with self-doubt. Allow your brilliance to shine. Okay, and I was just told to bring up the whole thing of you thinking of yourself as the divine having a human experience, you know. When you think of the divine, what do you think of? The Most High, the universe, God, the creator, whatever you refer to your highest source of power of as. When you think of that and you think in terms of the capabilities of your highest source of power, what do you think? Like, do you feel like there's limitations? Do you feel like there are things that God can't handle? Do you feel like, you know, what do you feel? And when you really break down how you feel about the divine, look at yourself in that way. Right? It's about tapping in to the God, the goddess within. That's what it's about. So when you do that, your brilliance will be at the forefront. It'll be at the forefront. It's really just about how you're viewing yourself, how you're viewing yourself. For some of you, you're able to say, okay, it's like a switch. I'm switching this thought process and I'm changing it like that. For others of you, healing. You know, healing is required for me, it was healing. I had to heal first. You know, I've always been connected when I didn't know, but I wasn't able to really tap into it and serve the way I'm called to serve until I healed. It's like, it was like an inner knowing, but that confidence in it and that just knowing without doubt didn't occur until I healed. And that clarity didn't occur until I healed. So it's about you determining, am I someone that can just switch it, or am I someone where healing is the next step? I just heard there's a light within your heart, allow it to shine. So it's coming through as love, love being the greatest, highest vibration there is. Tapping into that love, not allowing others to detour you from the love that's within your soul. It's really about compassion and understanding. And it starts with compassion and understanding for self, releasing guilt, releasing shame, and allowing yourself to be in the forefront of the light. What does that mean? Allow yourself to be in the forefront of the light. It means letting your true self shine, letting your true self come forward. And all the falsehoods that you've been taught, allowing that to fall away. Okay, thank you. So let's see what you guys are saying. A lot that said, I've always got that growing up, how bright, intelligent I am, knowing I was connected to something different than others. Yes, and that's literally how it felt. It just felt like you know, like I sometimes share how I see myself on the playground as a child, and I was a little something, you know, and I never felt like a child. I always felt like I just knew stuff, you know, and to this day, when I think back, there was never a point where I just felt like a child. I always felt like I knew. Well, that was just us being connected. But as we develop and we grow, different things bury that connection. And then we're still connected, but we're doubting. So we don't always follow our first mind, our instinct, our gut, our intuition, you know. That's really what that is. That's that connection. Victoria said, that's me, right? That hit me right in the heart. A lot that said I was typing too fast. Chris said, thanks so much for your time and consideration in this matter is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for allowing me to serve you, Chris, and thanks for being here. A lot that said, Molly, do you have a message or question today? I hear you have something important to say. Just say it, please. Yes, Molly, say it. Victoria said, humility and brilliance go hand in hand. I am both. Yes, they do. And as you're saying that, let me share something with you as I'm looking at my plants that are now kind of both dying. I went out of town and came back and they just seem to be dying. But the humility key. Spirit is telling me to share this again. So I was, you know, here working and my plants were there, and one of the plants is bigger, it was greener, and a leaf fell. And in that moment, Spirit said to me, that's you. And this is how people perceive you. The smaller one that looked weaker and looked like it, you know, would probably be the first one to die was the stronger plant. But because when people would say thank you to me, I would always say, oh, I'm just a vessel. You know, I'm just a vessel, right? And I am a vessel, but it was that I'm just a vessel that Spirit says, stop that, because you're not just a vessel. You said yes to your calling. You said yes to doing the work. You show up every day. And so for me, what Spirit was telling me was, don't be so humble because you fear not being humble, that you're actually hindering yourself from being seen as the magnificent light worker that you are, right? So when I took that, I was like, okay, thanks, Spirit, got it. So now I say, thank you, thank you. And I am a vessel, you know, it doesn't have to be said. So as you're bringing up humility, Spirit was telling me to remind those of you that may be experiencing the same thing where you don't take any credit at all. Like, yes, the messages are from Spirit, right? But I had to say yes to receive it, and I had to say yes to deliver it. So make sure that you understand you're humble because you are. And it's okay to say thank you. It's okay. So Spirit just said share that, because that was something that I struggle with for sure. Kenyatta said, I always felt like I didn't fit in. Yes, that is the story of a light worker, always feeling like there's something different, like we don't fit in. And that's why it's such an honor to have this group. And even in RIM, RIM, we're even more close knit because it's a small group and it's the people that are in either the group mentoring or the one-on-one. But having both platforms allows us to connect with like-minded, like-spirited, like-souled individuals. So really important. So I encourage you, like, if you're going through something, don't feel like you can't post it, because I'm active. I'm always looking and responding. And then there's other light workers that are active and just as capable. So please use this as the community that it was created to be, and allow us to hold space for you. A lot that said, like, you were just being there for a reason. Hey, Niet, welcome. Phoenix said, oh, wow, people used to say I was an old soul. I didn't feel like an older person as a kid, just knew things. Yeah, you just kind of know. Dynelle said, I dull my shine because people are uncomfortable around me often. So as an empath, I feel it and adjust. So here's the thing. I used to do that too. Now, I will say I don't dull my shine anymore. I do still, Spirit is saying, take the back seat and observe. Like, I will, I don't dull my shine. I just don't always speak unless I'm told to do so, right? Because when you are connected like that, you have answers, a lot of answers, you have insight, things, and everything's not meant for you to figure out for people. People are meant to figure things out on their own. So my rule of thumb is I don't dull my shine, but I only speak on situations or topics when Spirit tells me to. And that's how I'm able to find that balance between fitting in, I guess you can say, for lack of better terms, So I'm pretty sure a lot of you know what I'm saying. It's like you'll be in a situation and people are talking and you have the solution, right? Because Spirit told you. But until Spirit says share it, you just kind of sit back. At least that's what I do. But it's quite different than dulling my shine. When I used to dull my shine, it was almost like a process of dumbing myself down, if that makes sense. And now I just wait for Spirit to guide me. So you can do that, where you wait to be guided without dulling or dimming your shine. Let's see. Hi, Betty. Welcome. A lot that said they're not uncomfortable. They feel your soul. They feel your spirit, and you have to shine and allow Spirit to guide and use you. Yes, I'm sure that was for Dynelle. Yes, said very true. Hey, Tanae. Welcome. Welcome. So, will you please leave the link to the event happening on the 11th Tanae in the comments? Those of you that are local, there's this amazing free event that Tanae has put together, and I'm actually going to be a keynote speaker, so I'm super honored, and it's free, so check it out. Niet said, me too, being humble. Victoria said, this is what I have been doing, literally flashing back to growing up, knowing what I wanted and feeling strong, and being bashed for being stuck up. I felt my shine immensely. I think you mean dulled it immensely. I know now this was complete and total BS. Yeah, dulled my shine. And it is. And we're all mirrors. We're all mirrors for one another, right? So when we hold up that mirror, a person is either going to see their reflection and say, thank you for showing me, I'm on it, or they're going to see their reflection and hate what they see. And instead of saying, I'm on it, they will project what they're feeling inside to you, to us, So those are the options. It's either they see it, they appreciate it, they work on it, or they just hate what they see and then they get angry at you for showing them, So it is BS. It really is, but it just depends on where a person is on their path. So this is where that love and that compassion come from. I've shared this before, but for me, what makes it easy is when a person does something that is not of highest light and love, what I always say is they went through something. I wonder what they went through to make them that way, because we've all been through something. And when I wasn't healed, I'm sure there were times that I said and did things that were hurtful to people, that were unintentional, and I wasn't even aware of. You know what I mean? I'm sure there were times I did things and said things that I was aware of, you know, because hurt people hurt people. So when we can look at it from that perspective, like, what did they go through? It just allows us to stay in that loving, compassionate state. And at the end of the day, it's all about us controlling our vibration and how we show up in the world, you know? Phoenix said, true, be tempered in sharing, be spirit-led. Everyone cannot receive, observe, and listen for guidance. Yes, that's my rule of thumb. You know, my mom says things like, tell me, you know, I would like to know, tell me. And I'm like, well, Mom, I can't make that promise, because I'm only going to tell you things when spirit tells me to, you know. So the next card is fertility. And this one came in upside down, which typically means there's a block or it's an area of improvement. I'm hearing it's time for you to birth the next phase. Okay, so literally, if you're here live or you're watching this on replay, it's time for you to birth the next phase. What is that for you? You'll know it's time. It's time for you to give birth to the next phase. And it's coming in upside down because some of you are blocked. Some of you are hesitant. Some of you are still operating in fear and lack. But Spirit is saying it's time. It's time. You know, this process, where you are on your journey, it's been like a pregnancy. You know, you began your awakening, and it began to grow, and it began to, you know, get bigger and stronger and breathing. And now it's time for you to birth the next phase. So release the fear, release the lack, release the doubt, and ask Spirit, what is the next phase for me? Some of you know, and some of you are just like, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I can. And some of you, you just don't know. Through meditation, you can discover what that is for those of you that don't know. Also, if you'd like to schedule a personal reading, you can do that as well. Okay, say that again. Okay, Spirit is talking about labor pains. This whole birthing analogy, we're going to roll with this, I guess, but labor pains. Just understanding when you're experiencing those labor pains, some call them growing pains, what the end result is. You know, it's like when a mother gives birth, and like, for instance, I was telling my 22-year-old today that I was in labor for 23 hours without medication, you know, and when you have that child, you forget about all the pain. And so as you're on this journey and you're bringing forth the life of the next phase, there's going to be pains along the way. But when you get to that next phase, that pain, it's going to be forgotten. It's going to be well worth it. And it's going to make you stronger. Don't let the pain stop you from moving forward. It's also a part of your growth. It's a part of your process. I just heard, don't be no punk. I literally, kid you not, that's what I heard. I heard it just like that too. So, you know, some of us, we thrive on a challenge, and some of us would just rather life be easy and have things laid out before us. But in order for Spirit to know that you're ready, you got to go through. I'm hearing the storm. You got to go through the storm. You got to show that you can stand the test of time, that you can fight through it. Because one of my mentors once said to me, this work is not for the faint at heart. Like, it's just not. I mean, there's times where, yeah, it's all glitter and rainbows and cotton candy, you know, and woo-woo. But there's times where you got to literally roll your sleeves up and do some heavy duty work, you know, whether it's energetic, whether it's spiritual, whether it's physical, you know what I mean? So in order for you to move forward, you're tested. You're tested. So like Naya, right now, you're in a test. Victoria, you're in a test. I'm in a test. We're all in a test. And those tests don't stop. It's just a matter of us saying, how am I going to pass the test? Am I going to pass the test? You know, for me, it's not a question of will I, it's a question of how will I, you know, because I'm passing. It's just how. Bring it, spirit, bring it. I got this. I'm passing, you know. So it's time for you to also recognize the moments I'm hearing of strife as the test that they are. The sooner you recognize that, the sooner you come out of that phase. And faith in the midst of the storm is of the utmost importance. Why? Because we talk about being in control of our reality. How are we in control of our reality? With our thoughts, our words, our beliefs, our actions, our vibration. So shift your frequency to vibrate at the frequency of what you're choosing to attract. Okay, thank you. And the last card we got is new growth, new growth. And I don't mean like hair, like right now my roots I got some roots, and I don't mean that kind of new growth. New growth, what's the message here? Okay, I'm hearing you're in a time of growth. There's so much energy around right now helping you to grow, helping you to develop, helping you to get to the next step. And as I'm saying that, Spirit is also reminding me to tell you all of the new moon today. This is a really great time for you to connect with the moon's energy to release and manifest. You know, there's so much help and assistance in general right now, but with this moon's energy, it's really powerful. So you can simply, you know, get out a piece of paper, write down what you're releasing, anything that you feel is hindering your progress or your growth, and then just go outside, say a prayer, meditate, and then burn that paper. And then as you're seeing that paper burn and the ashes are going into the atmosphere, visualize and feel that what you're choosing to release is dissipating with the ashes, right? And then afterwards, write down what you're choosing to create, what you're choosing to manifest by saying, I am so grateful for, and then whatever it is. And when you're done with your list, end it with, and so it is, and then just fold it and put it in a sacred space, whether it's on your altar, whether it's under a crystal, for some of you, whether it's in your Bible, you know, wherever that is for you, put it there. And then just every day, show gratitude for those things and just allow Spirit to help you bring those things into your present reality. And I just heard growth is nothing to fear. Growth is nothing to fear. Sometimes we create a boogeyman out of the unknown, and we will stay so comfortable in our discomfort because we're used to it. You know, we're used to chaos and confusion, so we know what to expect, right? But it's time for us to move outside of that fear of the unknown and just allow ourselves to step into it. And the way to make the unknown known is to create it. So if you're focusing your attention and your energy on what you're choosing for your life, there is no unknown anymore. There's no unknown. You're creating it. I know exactly what my future holds. Why? Because I am actively creating it every day. There's not a doubt in my mind that my future will be as I'm choosing for it to be, because I'm creating it. I'm powerful enough to create my reality, and so are you. So are you. So let's see what you guys are saying. Dynelle said, it is the mirror part for sure, as I don't speak freely. Taking a back seat and not dulling my shine is so helpful. Thank you. You are so welcome. Hi, Bethany. Welcome. Victoria said, again, busting out of my heart, bursting out of my heart. Hey, Danielle. Welcome. Welcome. Danielle is the brilliant photographer that did the pictures at the Activating You retreat. And she is going to be the resident photographer for the retreat. Super excited. And she's just amazing. We share the same birthday. And when I talk about inner child, when we get together, oh my goodness, it is a wrap. Our inner childs are so goofy, laughing. And it's like, this was our first time meeting in person, and we just connected. And even the way we met was so spirit-led. Hi, Mama Brenda. Welcome. Yes, I am. Danielle said, I see you're using your new deck. Yes, the last day of the retreat, Danielle and the other women went out in town, and Nikki actually gifted me this deck. It was a deck I was like, oh, I would love to get that deck. And she actually surprised me with it. Chris Town said, go with territory. Dee Dee said, I feel the urge to walk into my purpose, but I still feel stuck. It's like I know I have to do something, but I don't know where to start. Dee Dee, you and I, let's connect. I don't know if you're ready to be in REM and join the mentorship, but let's connect and schedule a reading. So I will leave that link for you and then schedule a reading so you can at least get some clarity in the moment, and then you can determine if REM is for you. Chris said crossover, LOL. Hi, Jen, welcome, welcome. Chris said man or woman up. Exactly, foundation. Jen said reaction to the perception. Yes, Molly said you are so right. Hey, Deidre, welcome. Alata said I know that feeling. Powerful enough to create my freedom. Yes. I bet you guys are silly together. Oh, yes, Alata, because you know I'm silly. So, you know, I don't know. We're several years apart. I'm 41. Danielle, I believe Danielle's 27, but you can't tell because when our inner childs are playing, they're the same age, you know. Dee Dee said, okay. So yeah. And you know, it's just important. It's just important for us to get out of our own way. You know, it's just important for us to get out of our own way. We are the only ones blocking our blessings. We're the only ones, you know, our upbringing doesn't block our blessings. What society projects on us doesn't block our blessings. What these school systems were designed to turn us into don't block our blessings. It's us, because every experience we were meant to go through so that we could learn and grow. So my ex-husband and I, we actually had a conversation today, and I was telling him that I am grateful for everything that he and I went through because it was a part of my spiritual bottom. And I had to go through my spiritual bottom in order to get to where I am today. It was a part of my path. It was a part of what I agreed to. I told him I'm even grateful for my stepfather abusing me. I mean, you know, to some people that may sound crazy, but it was all a part of my journey to get right here. I couldn't have been here without every last experience. So there's no anger. There's no hurt. There's only gratitude. But that comes with healing. That comes with healing. To get to that point of having true gratitude, not just saying, okay, I forgive, I'm grateful, but really forgiving and really being grateful, like truly grateful, you know? So I'm just hearing everything you experience makes you who you are. Now, with that being said, it's also coming through. You are who you are here as a soul, you know, but when you're born into this human form, all of the things you experience, they're what I call your breadcrumbs. They're your breadcrumbs, so you can find your way back home to who you really are, you know? And also it's your life lessons. If I hadn't experienced certain things, I would not be equipped to help you. You know, I kid you not, I hear people talk, people that I'm called to serve, and it's like, oh my goodness, that was me back in 1997. And that's not real far long ago, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, that was me. Like, oh my goodness, that was me. Everyone, it's like, it's all me in various stages I've overcome. But when I set my intention to serve, you know, I set the intention that I was going to be serving me at various stages I've overcome. And it just happens that way. It just happens. So if I hadn't experienced those things, I would not be attracting those I'm called to serve. Does that make sense? So, and service is the greatest feeling there is, like truly the greatest feeling there is. I cannot even put into words. There was a period, I think I shared this with you all, where I was like, why do I care so much? You know, like I'm attempting to figure it out because I just have this overwhelming love for serving and seeing people who were once where I was in the midst of that doubt and that fear and that darkness, and then pulling themselves out of it and being who they really are. Like that, there is nothing more fulfilling than that. Nothing. So get on it. Get on it. Do what you've got to do to heal yourself so that you can be purely in that state of gratitude, purely in that state of service, you know. And I just heard in where you can evolve into your highest self, your highest self. The lesson phase is over. Now it's time for you to step into your blessing. Okay. So I'm going to see what you all are saying before we end our live today. A lot that said, I'm so glad I caught this live today. I've been gone for a while and was craving this. I'm so glad that you have too. And a lot that manifested a job, you guys. So she's been busy working. Ray said, message 2:22 Eastern time. Everything is a part of the journey and on purpose. Yes, so true. And can someone put the angel message 2:22 in the comments so everyone can see it and read it? Betty said, thank you. I'm 66, still trying to find my way. Well, Betty, let me tell you, cancel, delete the trying, because when you say I'm trying, your unconscious mind hears don't do it. So you're not trying, you're finding your way. The fact that you're here, whatever the message was that was meant to resonate with you, this is a part of you finding your way. And everything that comes after is you actually finding your way. So awesome, awesome, awesome. Ray said, press on, sis. A lot that said, keep searching. You'll definitely get there. A lot that asked, is Molly still on? I'm not sure if she is or not. Ray said, yay, a lot, the congrats, boo. And a lot that told Ray, thank you, sis. I appreciate the love. So yeah, I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful and so honored to be here with all of you. I'm going to see if you guys have any questions before we end our call today. Our live. And today I'm drinking the root chakra tea, but it says, believe that you can and you will. Okay, I can't make this up. Believe that you can and you will. There's messages everywhere. Messages everywhere. And let me see. This cup says a lot of stuff. Let's see what this one says. It says, she is a tree of life. Those who lay hold of her, those who hold her fast are called happy. Proverbs 3:18. And it says, blessed is she whose unselfish love is a shining reflection of God above. And then it says, God bless your beautiful spirit. This cup has messages. So let's see. You are so welcome, Betty. Thank you so much. Kenyatta said, how do I find out more about REM? Well, there's a couple of ways. I can share the link to my website with you, and you can look it over on the site, and then we can also schedule a consultation if you have specific questions for me. And what I'd like to let you all know is that the investment that you make in the consultation, if you decide to move forward with any one of the programs, whether it's the retreat, whether it's mentorship or a workshop, it will apply towards your overall investment. So we can do that. I will give you the link to the website, and then I'll also give you the link to the consultation. That is a good question. Alatha said, Molly, are you here? I strongly feel Molly has something to say, maybe for herself in general. I hope I'm not bothering you, Molly. Maybe she'll catch this on the replay, or maybe tag her in a comment, because I don't know if she's still here. Molly, are you here? It looks like there's a new there it is. You're so welcome. Oh, you meant and maybe in general. Okay. I was told to pull one more card before I wrap up. I'm going to share something with you guys I thought was kind of cool, but it's super random. So I was recording the December general readings yesterday. My son's like, why are you recording so early? I'm like, because Spirit will give me the message when it's meant to, whatever it's meant to be for, whatever month, and I get busy, so I'm getting it out of the way, But anyways, literally cards fell, and then Spirit told me which one to pick up. I thought I picked up all the cards. When I was all done with my work day, I look on the floor, there's literally 3 cards on the floor, and Spirit's like, that's for you. So Spirit will definitely get messages to you. I mean, it was just 3 cards, 3 out of all the cards, 3 just in a little pile off to itself that I did not see until I finished my workday. So Spirit will definitely deliver the messages that your soul is craving, that you're meant to have. It's just about you being open enough to receive it, being open enough to receive it. Activate your free will and literally let Spirit know, I'm open to receive messages, you know, of highest light and love and truth. Take that one. Which one? The one on. Oh, okay. I was told the one on top and bottom, so both. Okay, so both of these came in upside down, which typically indicates some sort of block or an area of improvement. And revision is the one that I saw first in time. And literally it's being said, it's time for you to revise your plan. You know, it's time for you to make a change. It's just time. It's time. And it's coming in upside down because some of you are stuck. And you know you're stuck. Like you feel that you're not really moving, or you're moving like a stationary bike or walking in place. You know, you're busy, but you're not progressing. I just heard it's time for you to understand that we will show up for you. When you push fear to the side and you have faith, there's nothing that you cannot do. No one person is more special than another. No one that you look up to that's on a spiritual path is equipped with anything outside of your tools. It's just they tapped in and they utilized them. And it started with releasing fear and having faith and pushing forward and allowing the divine guidance, the guidance of the divine, to be stronger than any doubt or fear they may have had. So when you're guided, it serves you to take action. It serves you to not wait. It serves you to do it. Because your unconscious mind will attempt to talk you out of creating change. Not because of intentional sabotage, but because of fear and the desire to protect you. But when you're operating from the place of an inner child, you have to think of how immature the logic is. Take control, revise your life, take action. The time is now for you to begin. You got this. No worries, no doubts, no fears. You can do it, and we got you. Okay, thank you. So that's the final message that came through. Hi, Shannon, welcome. Yes, a lot that said activate your free will. Ray said, wow, needed to hear that along with the life path number link that Nahkila posted last night. These messages are too piecing me upside the head. Okay, Spirit, I hear you. This is so good. But see, that's what I'm talking about. Spirit, like, Ray, how often are you able to catch me live? It hardly ever happens. I don't know if it has ever happened. I know in REM, sometimes you catch me live, but even there, you're not usually on live. And like you said, it happens when you're open, when you activate that free will and you're open to receive, it happens. And it's always, you know, you would think it was my first time experiencing Spirit showing up and showing out in my life, because I get excited like every time, like it's the first time. I'm so grateful. I'm so like, ah, you know, like you'd really think it's never happened before. You'd be like, wait a minute, don't she teach on this? Why this her first? No, it's not, but that's how excited I get. And you know, that excitement elevates the vibration, which helps you to manifest even more. So yeah. And it's fun to get excited. Like excitement just feels good, you know, like it feels good. I'm all about the feel good. Do harm to none, but allow yourself to feel good. So Ray said, rarely. I can literally count on one hand with fingers left over. Exactly. I'm like, yeah, you never catch it. So yeah, this was definitely, but you've been doing a lot of work to activate that sixth sense, to, build that connection with spirit. And once you activate it, it's activated, and even sometimes you may feel, I'm going to share this and then I'm going to go, but sometimes you may feel like, am I still connected? And this isn't specifically to you, Ray. This is in general. You may feel like, am I still connected? And spirit would like you to know, yes. Once you activate it, you are. Unless you denounce it and you say, turn me off, you're still on. It's just that sometimes that work is going on below the surface. And that's your time to be reflecting, to be charging your battery, your spiritual battery, so you can prepare for the next phase. I sometimes joke and say, if it wasn't for the work that I do, I would feel normal, because, just, I don't walk around with like stuff just bombarding me. I set the intention that I will only receive when it serves my highest good or those I'm called to serve. So those of you that are new to this, make sure you're setting the intention of how you like to receive. I've said this to many people. This gift is not to overwhelm you or to take over your life. It's a gift. It's a blessing. So you set the tone now to allow it to come through as you choose for it to do that. And then, you can have the dial, those dimmer switches where you can turn it up or down. You can have a light switch. You can visualize a candle. If it's lit, that's when, they know, okay, we're open. If it's not, just blow it out when you're done. See it visually go out. And then, just set the intention, because you're in control. You're in control, not just in what you manifest, but even how you receive your gift. Okay. So, well, thank you guys so much for joining. I know that Kenyatta, I will get you those links, and Dee Dee, I believe I was to get you the link to schedule a reading. Okay, so I will post that here in the comments for both. Okay, so thank you so much for allowing me to serve you. Thank you for showing up, and feel encouraged to invite as many people to join our group as you feel led to do so. Just go down your friends list and send them an invite. But thank you again, and I leave you with peace, love, bliss, and abundance. I will see you next week. Let's see, wait, there's a new comment that came in. Okay, Dee Dee said yes. Okay, I'll get that to you guys. Thank you.